Well, getting directly to work, that was somewhat of a challenge. Our daycare was located north of town, so the train would divide the town in half, sometimes upwards of 20 minutes.
There were quite a lot of accidents, and a lot of accidents with serious injuries. I believe there was one fatality.
Personally, I was very concerned about the intersection with Highway 32 and Greenwood.
The original vision started out probably in the mid-60s with Doug Stewart, and he had envisioned that a corridor through the south side of the city that would connect the east and west side.
We've got about a little over 3,000 people working at this location. Hundreds of them drive that every day both ways.
There was no road here. There was no road from Pennington Avenue east to the railroad, and there was just a gravel roadway. The initial plan for the Greenwood Street alignment would have been Greenwood Street's on a section line, and there would have been a straight road on the section line. What we decided to do was take a look at an alignment to curve the road away from the manufactured home park. That enabled us to avoid relocating graves. It allowed us to leave 13 of the 14 homes and not displace those people. It probably saved somewhere around, maybe somewhere around $1.5 million in relocation expenses. The design criteria, WSN was able to step up to the challenge and meet that, and it fits pretty well. When the Greenwood corridor and the railroad crossing were originally planned, an underpass wasn't something that was really considered. It was just going to be a grade crossing. We explored an overpass, but the distance from the railroad to Pennington Avenue was too short. The grades would have been too steep. As we thought about the options for this, it just really seemed to make sense for the community this size, with the amount of train traffic that's here, that's growing, constantly increasing, that an underpass would be a better solution for us. How are we going to handle the traffic at this intersection now with probably a four-way stop situation is what would have most likely occurred. And we thought, let's take a look at a roundabout and see if it'll work. It's fun to watch it on a busy time. It's almost like an orchestrated play. It's just pretty amazing. Surprisingly enough, rural northwest Minnesota community, this is the first roundabout in our corner of the state. The phases of this corridor, like we talked about originally, building segments at a time, with the bridge and the railroad crossing being the last two components. The other one was the traffic lights at Highway 32. The city had requested signals there for many years. The sight lines are fairly poor on that intersection. With the signals, it works well, but without signalization, it was an unsafe intersection. With the hospital development south on Highway 32, the amount of traffic is just going to increase as well.
Well, I think the corridor does mean a fair amount to the community beyond just the convenience and the safety aspect.
You have the industrial major employers on the west side of town. East side of town is predominantly retail on Highway 59. The one common factor on all of these Greenwood corridor projects that we've talked about has been the long-term relationship with Widseth, Smith, and Nolting, and all the people that they have that can handle all the different aspects of this type of project has just been wonderful.
We were just happy to see the project go in, and it's really been, the implementation has really been super.
It's something that'll be here for 100 years. The community and the city are very proud of it, and it's just a real asset to the community.
I can get Bradley to daycare on time without disrupting their schedule, and I can get to work on time without being late. So it's been just fantastic.